From becoming Hollywood's biggest action star to fighting off Lucifer in the near future, Keanu Reeves confirms discussions with James Gunn for Constantine 2. Keanu Reeves has had one of the most impressive careers out of anyone in Hollywood, starring in some of cinema's most memorable action flicks, like The Matrix, Point Break, and 1994's box office smash hit, Speed. While some action stars slow down as they age, opting for less physically demanding roles in comedies or dramas, Keanu's gone in the opposite direction and slammed his foot down hard on the accelerator. At 49 years of age, he took on his most challenging role yet in John Wick, the tale of a grief-stricken widower avenging the death of his dog. The role shot Keanu into a whole new realm of fame and crowned him an action superstar. The training he had to endure was like nothing he'd done before. He learned how to handle and shoot a variety of weapons and became proficient in an eclectic mix of martial arts. John Wick's gone on to spawn 3 sequels, and there's rumors of a 5th already in the works. Clearly, Keanu has no intentions of slowing down as he heads into his 60s. He's returned to hit movies like The Matrix, with 2021's The Matrix Resurrections, and brought back his would-be rocker character Ted in 2020's Bill and Ted Face the Music. And he may be about to reignite another character in Constantine 2. In 2005, Reeves starred in the action fantasy spectacular Constantine, playing the titular character John Constantine, a supernatural exorcist and demonologist who teams up with a policewoman to prove her sister's death was not a suicide, but something much more sinister. The film received mixed reviews from critics and failed to gather the acclaim that some of Keanu's other movies have amassed. But since its release in 2005, Constantine's continued to grow in popularity, gathering an impressive cult following. Fans of the movie have been waiting nearly 2 decades for a sequel, and it looks like they won't have to wait much longer. As of September 2022, Constantine 2 is officially in development, with its original director Francis Lawrence attached to direct. After the first Constantine movie, Lawrence kept himself busy with movies like I Am Legend, starring Will Smith. Lawrence also directed a string of music videos for pop superstars like Beyoncé, Britney Spears, and Lady Gaga. Lawrence cemented himself even further as the go-to action director with the Hunger Games franchise. But reviving John Constantine would surely be in the best interest of Hollywood execs all over, from a money-making point of view. And Keanu's confirmed that he discussed the sequel with one of Hollywood's most powerful executives, James Gunn. After helming Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, James Gunn quickly became the biggest director in the world, rising from writer-director of small indie movies like Slither and Super to manning the ship of one of the biggest franchises ever made. Gunn's a well-established Hollywood titan, who also happens to be the co-CEO of DC Studios. So yeah, he's kind of a big deal. And when Keanu confirmed discussions of a Constantine 2 with Gunn, it only increased the hype among fans tenfold. Gunn has big plans for DCU, and Keanu's character John Constantine could fit into this universe in many different ways. James Gunn shares the co-chair and co-CEO title with Peter Safran, and in January of 2023, Gunn took to his official Twitter page to share a 6-minute video with his 1.5 million followers. The video explained Gunn and Safran's plans for the DCU, and Gunn explained how they sat down with a team of talented writers and mapped out an 8 to 10 year plan of where DC Studios is heading in film, television, gaming, and animation. Gunn and Safran's primary goal is keeping the universe consistent, and they've made it their mission to ensure that DCU remains connected across all mediums, ensuring that the characters are played by the same actors and that everything works within one story. And if something is outside of this story, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker, it should be clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds. So, with that said, this means that if John Constantine was to appear in the DCU, Gunn would want Keanu to continue playing the character. This opens up all kinds of possibilities. So let's look at 3 key ways that Keanu's Constantine can enter the DCU. Number 1, The Sandman. The Sandman's become a huge success on Netflix, and speculation's already arisen as to whether John Constantine could reappear. The show is helmed by Blade's David S. Goyer and focuses on a character named Dream, formerly known as Morpheus. Morpheus is the personification of dreams and spent decades of his life imprisoned by a mortal wizard. After Dream escapes the clutches of the wizard, he sets out on a daring quest to reclaim his lost objects of power. And it appears the writers of the show have already set up a potential entry point for Keanu with the character Johanna Constantine. Johanna could have been written in order to make a connecting link to Reeves' Constantine. Number 2. Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing's a movie in Gunn's pipeline and could easily be a place where John Constantine could make an appearance. Swamp Thing is a dark DC character, much like Constantine. Both characters fight off supernatural threats, so a crossover would be interesting to see, and I could definitely see John playing a supporting character in the movie. While the Swamp Thing character has emerged on both the big and small screen in the past, most recently in James Wan's 2019 series, it seems the latest outing will likely be more adult-oriented, due to its dark horror elements, making it a perfect chance for the two characters to team up. James Mangold's attached to direct, and so far, no casting has been announced. But the script could be landing on Keanu's lap any day now. Number 3. Justice League Dark. A third possibility where Constantine could appear is Justice League Dark, which could come in the form of a movie or a TV show. But one thing's for sure, John Constantine's a member of Justice League Dark. Many attempts to produce a Justice League Dark project have been thwarted over the years for a number of reasons, and visionary director Guillermo del Toro has tried to get the project off the ground several times. But despite his stature in Hollywood, nothing's come to fruition so far. With Gunn's new plan in full swing and a massive amount of hype starting to build following his Twitter video, it seems Justice League Dark might finally happen. Despite all these potentially exciting ways for Keanu to step into the DCU, Constantine fans want to see a full-fledged sequel first. A standalone sequel would give the DCU a chance to catch up with John Constantine after all these years. Has John been laying low, or has he been perfecting his craft and fighting evil supernatural forces? Is he a Lone Ranger, or does he now have his very own protege in tow? Introducing a trainee demonologist into the mix could be pretty damn cool. If Constantine 2 is a success, crossing the character over into other projects would be a smart choice for Gunn and Safran. No plot details have been announced for a Constantine 2 as of yet, but a small team of screenwriters is attached to the project. So the script is likely well underway, if not already finished, and the fan-favorite baddie Peter Stormare is currently attached to play Lucifer. So we can assume he'll feature as the lead villain in the movie. For now, though, it's safe to assume that only Keanu Reeves and James Gunn know the finer details of the project. So, from becoming Hollywood's biggest action star to fighting off Lucifer in the near future, Keanu Reeves confirms discussions with James Gunn for Constantine 2.